Stories are truly magical, aren't they? They have the power to open our hearts and minds to new possibilities. Some stories fill us with joy and laughter, bringing smiles to our faces. They remind us of the happiness we can share together. But some stories are even more special. They touch our hearts and inspire us to grow. These stories help us discover important lessons that can change our lives for the better. Jesus, who showed love to everyone, shared many such stories filled with hope and kindness. He told these stories to help people understand the beauty of love and compassion. He wanted everyone to know the endless love that God has for us all. These wonderful stories are called parables, gifts of wisdom that light our way. Parables are like little puzzles, each one holding a treasure of truth for us to find. They reveal important truths that help us become better, kinder people. They teach us to be kind, to reach out and help others with open hearts. They show us how to love God deeply and truly, and they inspire us to love and care for the people around us. Listening to a parable is like discovering a wonderful secret, one that fills us with hope, a secret that guides us to live with more love, joy, and purpose. Today we will hear one of Jesus' most inspiring stories, a story that can light up our lives. It is a story known and loved by many, full of hope and meaning. It is about two men who lived long ago, each with a different path. One man was very, very rich. With all the comforts he could imagine, he had everything he could ever wish for, but there was more to learn. The other man was very, very poor, yet his story is filled with hope. He had almost nothing at all, but his heart was strong. This story carries a powerful message for each of us. Let's open our ears and our hearts, ready to be inspired by this story. It is a story that encourages us to think, to hope, and to grow. It helps us reflect on our own lives and the choices we make. How do we treat the people around us? Do we lift others up with kindness? Are we quick to share what we have, spreading joy wherever we go? Do we notice when someone needs help, and do we reach out with love? This story will help us think about these things and inspire us to be better. It's an important story for everyone, a story of hope, love, and the power to change. Once upon a time, there were two men whose lives could not have been more different. One was a rich man surrounded by beauty and comfort. He lived in a grand house filled with light and laughter. Every detail of his home sparkled with luxury. It was the finest house in town, admired by all who saw it. He wore the most elegant clothes, each day feeling special. His robes were made of rich purple linen and the softest silk, a sign of great wealth. In those days, purple cloth was precious, fit for royalty. Only the richest and most powerful could wear such colors. Each day he enjoyed wonderful meals, sharing laughter with friends. His table overflowed with feasts and celebrations. There was always plenty, delicious food and joyful company. Many servants cared for his every need. Whatever he wished for, he received without delay. His life was filled with comfort and ease. He rarely worried, believing happiness would last forever. He had wealth, food, and all the things he could desire, and dressed in the finest clothes each day. To him, life seemed perfect, with nothing missing. But just outside his grand gate, another story was unfolding. There, a poor man named Lazarus lay, hoping for kindness. Lazarus had little, but his spirit was strong. He was not healthy like the rich man, but he never lost hope. Though he was very sick and his body was covered in sores, he faced each day with courage. Hunger was his constant companion, yet he dreamed of better days. He wished for even the smallest scraps from the rich man's table. Even a few crumbs would have brought him joy. Lazarus had no warm bed to rest in at night, nor fine clothes to keep him warm. He had no medicine to heal his wounds, but he held on to hope. Sometimes gentle dogs would come and comfort him. In those small moments, he found a bit of kindness. The rich man saw Lazarus every day just outside his door. He passed by him, busy with his own life, never stopping to help. The rich man had the chance to show compassion, but he chose not to. He kept his food and wealth to himself, missing the opportunity to make a difference. One day, gentle Lazarus's journey on earth came to an end, but his story was far from over. All his struggles and pain faded away, and a new chapter of peace began for him. Something beautiful awaited Lazarus. His faith and kindness were about to be rewarded. Because he had trusted God and kept love in his heart, hope shone brightly for him. Angels from heaven came down, gentle and full of light. They lifted Lazarus with care, carrying him to a place of everlasting comfort. Lazarus was brought to a land of peace, where every sorrow melted away. There he was welcomed by Abraham, a loving father to all who believe. In this wonderful place, Lazarus felt no more pain, only gentle joy and healing. He was never hungry or sick again, surrounded by kindness and light. His heart was filled with happiness and peace, like a warm embrace. It was as if he was wrapped in love, safe and cherished forever. All the sadness and hardship he once knew were gone, replaced by hope. Lazarus was safe, joyful and close to God, his spirit shining bright. He rested in perfect peace, his heart finally at ease. All his troubles were over and only comfort remained. Later, the rich man's life also came to an end, and his story took a new turn. He was given a grand farewell, with many people remembering his days of plenty. His funeral was large, and many gathered to say goodbye. But after his life ended, the rich man's journey was very different from Lazarus's. He did not find the peace and joy that Lazarus received. He was not with Abraham and Lazarus in the place of comfort. Instead, the rich man found himself in a place of sadness, longing for hope. It was a place of regret where joy was hard to find. The rich man felt pain and wished for comfort, remembering what he had missed. He was thirsty for kindness and love, more than for water. Looking up, he saw Abraham far away, shining with hope and peace. And beside Abraham, he saw Lazarus, now joyful and free. Lazarus, the very man he had passed by, now filled with happiness. The rich man remembered the days when Lazarus waited at his gate, hoping for kindness. He thought of the chances he had to help, but did not take. Now everything was changed. The one who suffered was comforted, and the one who had plenty learned a powerful lesson. In his suffering, the rich man finally realized the value of compassion and cried out for help. "Father Abraham, please have mercy on me," he called, longing for kindness he had never given. "Send Lazarus to help me, to bring comfort in my time of need. Let him dip his finger in water and cool my tongue," he pleaded, wishing for even a small act of kindness. He yearned for just a drop of relief, a simple gesture of care. "I am in such pain and sorrow," he cried, understanding too late the importance of compassion. Now he wished for help from the very man he had once ignored. He hoped Lazarus would come to his aid, showing the kindness he had never shown. But Abraham replied with gentle wisdom and truth. "My son," Abraham said, "remember your life and the choices you made. On earth you enjoyed many blessings and comforts. You had feasts, fine clothes, and all you desired. But Lazarus faced hardship and pain, yet kept hope in his heart. Now he is comforted, and you must face the results of your choices. There is a great divide between you, one that cannot be crossed. No one can pass from here to you or from you to us." Jesus shared this story to inspire us to live with open hearts and caring hands. He wanted us to understand the true joy of giving and the power of kindness. We are called to care for others, to notice those in need, and to act with love. We must reach out to those who are poor, lonely, or hurting and lift them up. We are meant to comfort those who suffer, bringing hope and light into their lives. The rich man had many chances to help, but he missed them all. Every day he saw Lazarus at his gate, but he looked away. He chose not to act and missed the chance to make a difference. The lesson from Jesus is clear and powerful. God gives us gifts and blessings so we can share them with others. When we use what we have to help, we spread hope and joy. Sharing our blessings brings happiness to others and fills our own hearts with light. Being kind, loving, and generous can truly change the world. This story reminds us to open our eyes to the needs around us and to open our hearts, ready to make a difference. Even the smallest act of kindness can spark hope and inspire change. Let's go out and be the reason someone believes in goodness today.